Stop trying to escape suffering. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you feel miserable. Yeah, your life isn't going anywhere, any way that it should be. But you're suffering for a reason. Think about all the things you dream of. Think about all the things you pray for. And think about what kind of person you need to be to achieve those things. And think about how you suffering now is crucial for you to become the person you need to be so you can achieve the dreams that you have, the goals that you have, the reality that you want. Because it can be hard to trust the process. It can be hard to just walk blindly, but that's where faith comes in. Not necessarily religious faith. I'm talking about faith in the fact that this is all happening for a reason. You are suffering for a reason. You suffering, you don't need to know why. You don't need to know what this is going to do, what this is going to lead to. You just need to trust that this is getting you from point A to point B in some way. Mentally preparing you. Because with every battle, you become stronger. With every experience that hurts you, you learn something from it. And if you haven't learned something from it, go look back. That's why you keep experiencing it over and over again. You keep experiencing things over and over again because you haven't learned what you needed to learn. So you need to sit with yourself and think, what am I not seeing? What am I not seeing about this experience? What is this experience trying to show me? Because clearly, if you're still going through it and you haven't learned your lesson, you're going to keep going through it until you do. Or until you let go of something that you're latching onto for dear life. A belief, an experience, a friendship. It can be anything. So, off the top of my head, I remember I prayed to be shredded. I'm not shredded yet, but my dream, my future reality, to be shredded, like bodybuilder shredded. So, me asking that at the state that I was in 4 years ago, you wouldn't even think, this girl wants to be shredded? That's not gonna happen. Because there's this quote, I don't remember the specific, but it's something along these lines. Dream so big, set goals so big that you can't achieve them until you become the person who can. Something along those lines. If you know that quote, then comment it. But it's true. And what this has to do with the video is I would suffer through such crazy stuff physically. It was physical. It was obviously mental, but it was more physical because I wanted to be shredded, right? But I had no muscle. I wasn't doing anything right. I was eating junk food. I came from a lifestyle where I didn't eat 3 meals a day. I would just snack all day. I would watch TV. I wouldn't walk. I would get maybe 1,000 steps a day, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't go to the gym. It was bad. So when you go from that lifestyle to wanting to be shredded, you see where there's a lot you have to overcome before you can become the person who can be shredded. So it started with dietary changes. And I did not learn my lesson. So did I develop eating disorders multiple times? Yes. Did I realize that I had eating disorders before? Yes. Did I get injured at least 4 times? Yes. And it kept happening. Things kept happening because I wasn't learning what I needed to learn. I wasn't learning to take rest days. I wasn't learning to stretch before I work out. I wasn't learning these things. And then when I really wouldn't learn, like I was stubborn and I really couldn't see, I got a parasite for 6 months. It completely drained my energy of literally everything I had. Worst experience. I mean, I was dead. You could tell I had no energy at all. Crazy 6 months. And of course, those 6 months I didn't work out. I was eating crap. And when I was eating crap, I realized what happened to the habits I tried to build before. The thing is, I didn't make those habits part of my lifestyle. I just did them as a part of this goal I had. But then once I wasn't trying to achieve the goal, like actively achieve the goal, because I had a parasite, then I didn't have these habits, which is silly because your habits should be a part of your lifestyle regardless of what you're going through. And then I got IBS. I could not eat dairy, lactose, gluten, sugar. There was a point where I couldn't even eat fruit and vegetables. That's how bad it was because my body was reacting. So I had to go on a carnivore diet for a whole month, and that basically fixed everything. Because after carnivore, I was done. I was like, why am I killing myself? Why am I holding on to this? It's not worth holding on to. So I let it go. I released it. The suffering stopped once I learned. The suffering stops once you've learned your lesson. And the suffering will continue to go for you to be able to learn and learn and learn like a textbook. You're reading through a textbook, except you're actively going through the motions in life. Isn't that so cool? You're not just reading a book on how to do this stuff. You're actually actively living it. You're learning by living. Isn't that so cool? So I've become an entirely different person through these experiences. And I will continue to grow and evolve to become, and to suffer, to learn my lessons, to become the person I want to become, to achieve the goal I want to achieve, because I know that the version of myself now cannot achieve that goal. So I will trust all the suffering that comes my way and trust that it will lead me, it will help me evolve into the person I need to become to achieve the goal I want. And that's why suffering, don't just opt out of life, don't kill yourself, don't do anything dumb, don't do crazy stuff, because it's worth staying in the race for. You really have to trust. You just have to trust that it's going to work out. It will work out as long as you are open-minded and aren't stubborn as heck. You're open-minded enough and you're able to take accountability for when you were wrong. You were wrong. Because you're going to be wrong a lot in life. You are going to be wrong so much. You are going to be humiliated. You are going to be insecure. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get insecure from stuff. You're going to get triggered from stuff. But it all happens for a reason, because there's something that you're not seeing. There's something you haven't let go of that is causing you to do that. So just trust the process. If you are going through a phase in your life where you hate yourself and you're insecure, nothing is going your way, just trust that once you get through this, it will help you evolve into the person you want to be. And that's why it's so important to write down your goals, write down your aspirations, because if you're consciously thinking something but you never wrote it down, you can't really envision how you're going to become who you need to become in order to achieve goals. But if you've written down your goals, now you're thinking of the person you need to be able to achieve those goals. So then when you're suffering, when you're going through a really bad point in your life, you can trust. You can sit back, suffer, and trust. And I'm not saying go and make yourself suffer in life. Obviously, there are people that do that, self-improvement people that do that. I'm saying when life gives you suffering, trust it and try to think of what it is that you're not seeing. And then let it go. There's nothing else you can do. There's something you just need to trust. And sometimes you just need to let an experience follow through. You can ask yourself, what is it that I'm not seeing? There's some things that you can't see until you've gone through an experience. You have to go through something to learn from it sometimes. So just trust. Trust the universe. Okay, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the post a comment. Tell me how your day was, to the hopefully more than 0 views I get today. But yeah, I had a great YouTube filming time. I like filming YouTube videos in my car. Yeah, goodbye.